So, welcome to 2026, already an eventful year for many people around the world. And the likelihood is that it's going to continue being an eventful year. To say that last year, the year before was not eventful, but it's as if things are quickening. Things are moving a little bit faster, and there is an intensity and a sort of feeling of urgency that is moving in the group, but not just that, in the space, in the space between the group. So the human group has become, or it is becoming more apparent. This sort of, not frenetic isn't really the word, but there is a heightened energy. It's becoming more obvious to people themselves, to humans themselves, but also to the wider group, that there is more of a hypervigilance occurring. There is this vigilant nature. And so what we see is that people in those situations will either they will react, so they will not respond, they will react. They will act in a way that can be irrational, or they are not thinking straight because they are in this state and they just feel they have to do something, or they will do nothing. They will just let it happen because they will feel powerless. Even when people are responding or reacting in a way that is irrational or quick to react and so on, very often that is because people feel powerless. So what we see is that the human group there is a real sense of powerlessness. Things are happening and there does not seem to be a way to stop these things. There does not seem to be a way that things can calm down. It's as if no one is listening to anybody. No one is interested, and that the larger human group are not being heard. So this seems to be really an energy that is filtering through the group, and that's what we mean in the spaces. It's in the spaces, weaving its way around. So what we have come to as a result of this energy that is around, and this idea of powerlessness that we are really sensing, is that human beings, and this is our message for the year, and very often we use a word, which is a concept. This year, the word and the concept is courage. Human beings need to really embrace courage. And that courage is not an empty word. It is not just something that is like the warrior, or as if you're going to war, or it's not that kind of, yes, that's a part of it, but what we're really talking about with courage is the courage to know the self, and the courage to act on what is important to the self. Also, the courage to stand up for yourself, and the courage to stand up with other people, stand for other people, and to really have the courage, and this is very important, to have the courage to say, no, I don't care that they are a different color, a different religion, from a different country, speak a different language, have a different culture. I don't care. No, I am not going to hold them apart from me. I am going to have the courage to try, at least. I may not succeed, doesn't mean I failed. I'm going to have the courage to stand with those people, as I hope they have the courage to stand with me. Because unless the people, the human group, stand together, then they will fall, they will fail. And what is going on in the world now seems to be a very human-led experience. But what is happening right now is division. Everybody in their little groups are being divided. The wider group in countries, in communities, and divided not just by the type of person that you are or where you come from, but also on different levels. So financially, whether you live here or live there, whether you can afford food or not afford food, whether you've got somewhere to live or not. So there is this real division happening all around the world. The human group is being divided. And as we said, it can happen on a large scale. So entire countries are being divided against each other or from each other. Or there is, and then within the country that is occurring as well. And then within the communities that is occurring. And humans need to have the courage to say, no, this is not who we are. This is not who we are. We are social beings. We actually need each other, not just because it's nice to have a friend. We need each other for survival. Humans need other human beings for survival, for their absolute physical survival, because there is always an exchange of energy. Energy is always exchanging. And people who are empaths will completely understand this, because they often feel energies very strongly from other people. It can be very affecting for them, but they can feel it quite strongly. And so, but everybody, this happens everywhere. You can walk into your workplace and feel welcome. You can walk into your workplace and feel ostracized. Why? Because that is the energy of the other people. Both situations, the energy of everybody else is working in this way. So it's very important that humans start to really have courage and express that courage and live that courage. Now, you can only really have that kind of courage if you're really sure of yourself, if you're really certain of who you are. Now, when we say that, we're not talking about opinions. We're not talking about what you think or what you believe or see. We're talking about the surety of your own humanity. The surety that you are here because you're human. You are here because you want to be part of the human group. You want to experience this incredibly special privilege and honor of being a human. Now, the other part of being a human is not just being within the human group, but it's actually also being on this beautiful, welcoming, loving, productive, supportive planet. Now, people talk about climate change. We're not going to argue whether it's real or not real, but there are a lot of weather events. Now, we have always said from a very long time ago that weather events are influenced, informed by the human group, by the energies that they create. People should not underestimate what a human group can do when they come together and they are not necessarily thinking the same things, but they are in that space where they are wanting the whole group to flourish. There is so much division, that even the weather doesn't know what to do. The financial situation in the world, that doesn't know what to do. You look at people not being able to afford food or not being able to find somewhere to live, and these viruses that are coming in and just wiping out groups of people. There is an energy that is there that is causing all of this, and the human group underestimate their impact on that. They underestimate how they are also creating this environment, the space for this to happen. So it takes courage to admit that. It takes courage to see your part in it. And it takes courage to come together as a group to say no more. Not only are we going to come together for the good of all of humanity, but we're coming together for the good of the planet, not so that we can all survive for longer and that the planet can survive, but because it is who we are. It is what we are. It is what this planet is. We need the courage to do that. And as we said, the first step is to really have the courage to find out about yourself and really be sure about yourself. Good and bad, however you want to, shadow, light, dark, whatever it is, to really own it and know that this is who you are. And I am proud to be human. I am proud to be the person that I am. I am proud and honored that I have this opportunity. And I have the courage to stand with my neighbor, the person across the street, the person across in another country. I have the courage to stand with them. And yes, there is a whole lot of difficulties around, and it is causing division amongst many of us. And we feel powerless. We feel as if we're not listened to, as if we're not heard. But do I listen to myself? Do I hear myself? Do I feel powerless myself? Do I feel that I have no control? So I have to start with me. I have to find the power that is within me. I have to find that strength to have a certain amount of control over my life. Not to control everything that I do, but to feel in control. I have to do that. I have to have the courage for that. Because when I have that, it doesn't matter if some people don't hear me, if some people don't listen to me. I know I'm listening to me. I know I'm hearing me, and I know I'm hearing that person over there, and I'm listening to that person over there. I know that. And the more of us that can do that, out, bigger field, the more of us that can do that, the more of us can then make a real difference. And again, we don't have to be thinking the same thing. We don't have to have the same opinions. It's not about that superficial level. It's about the humanity of us. And it's about how we impact each other and how we impact the earth and how the earth impacts us. And how together we actually have something really, really special. Really special. But we have to have the courage to do something about it. So, we wish you all so well for this year. We hope that somehow you find the courage, if you don't already have it. Somehow you find it, and that you use it and share it with those around you. Everybody, everything on this planet is worth it. They are worth it. They are valuable to the group, to the planet. They're valuable. We just have to have the courage to admit it, to acknowledge it, and to do something with it. Many blessings to you all. Thank you.